Hey currency kings and queens, welcome back. It's Currency with another video. I wanted to go over a couple pairs with you that have some potential of getting you some really good trades. Always remember, this is not financial advice. This is some of the trades that I will be looking at for the week coming in. Remember, if you have not subscribed to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn the notification bell on so that you can get all of the uploads when I do upload videos. I wanted to start with the news and also see how y'all are doing out there in the trading world. I know some weeks can be pretty tough, but I want to say this past week that came and went really fast for me. So on Monday we had Labor Day, so that was a holiday. I didn't trade. There was absolutely no volume in the market. I don't care what you were trading. And then as far as pairs, and then on Tuesday I had a trade. Wednesday I had a trade, and Thursday I had a trade. All were good, profitable trades. And then Friday I wasn't going to trade, but my setup hit. So I went in, and because Friday was NFP, I was really careful because the market was wicking out quite a bit on Friday as well on most pairs. So I saw my setup. I got in with a really modest amount and I took profit. So I had a really good trading week. Make sure you drop a comment down below. Let me know how your week's going. And better yet, let me know how your trading's going. Let me know some of the things that you know are starting to realize about yourself and how you trade, because it's a personal journey, as we all know, and it's a lonely journey sometimes if you don't have mentorship and those that commune with you in the same interests of trading. And it's not a whole lot. I noticed that the trading community is starting to grow, which is really cool online. But let's get to it, y'all. I mean, it's hard work, but man, it's so worth it in the end. Some of us have been on this journey for years, some have been on the journey for months, and some are just getting your feet wet. So don't let some of the things that you're gonna see happen and go through discourage you. Put on those running shoes and keep it moving. But I did want to go over GJ because it's really setting up really nice. But let's do the news first. So on today, we don't have any news. Nothing's open. And later on, the market's going to kind of open. And I like on Sundays to let the market do what it's going to do and kind of settle. I'll look at potential setups, and then on Monday morning, I'll get in and see what's setting up for me and all of that. Excuse me. For this Monday, it doesn't look like there's going to be a whole lot of news volume. So there's a whole lot of yellow folders with pretty much most pairs. So it may or may not have decent volume for tomorrow. Just be aware of that. There's no news that's going to push anything that I can see. Coming in on Tuesday, we have some red folder on GBP and red folder on the CAD at around 7:10 CST. So we'll start bringing in some of the news volume, and then bam, on Wednesday it's like, hello. Opening, we have CPI, and then it just goes up from there. Thursday, that is 9/11 as well. Thursday, we have a lot of red folder news, which is PPI and core. And then Friday, it just kind of smooths over from the news, and the market's taking a breather. And as the news comes in and goes, and I just think of the market, especially with the retracements and things. If you have a huge push up or a huge push down in a bearish or bullish market, and you get those breaks in between, that's the market breathing and trying to rebalance itself. So once you start to learn or know market structure, you can kind of picture in your head what's going on. Okay, so looking at the chart, y'all, I want to help you to understand how the market forms, how it changes. So we had a run up from around this area here on GJ. So we had the we had the trend bounce off of my moving average, my 200 moving average. So the trend was bouncing off of that. So it went down, we had a double bottom, went down, touched it, and continued up. So I'm using that as a level of support. I'm using my 200 moving average on the daily time frame as a level of support. And as the market is creeping up, which started January, the beginning of this year, it started creating higher highs, higher lows, retrace, still trending up. We had a double top here where we were like, oh, it's gonna go down. It trended, broke below that structure here. I'll say it's a change of character, really not a break of structure, but it still touched that area, grabbed this liquidity here, and continued up. So just remember, just because you have a double top doesn't mean that it's gonna reverse. Double tops can just be a sign that it's gonna push back down, or double tops can just mean that it's a double top. You have to have other things to confirm that you're gonna have a reversal or something of the sort. So it continued up, and then we had some consolidation here, some ranging. It pushed up some more. And remember, ranging is just orders being collected. So it's gonna push up after those orders, or it could reverse and push down, but there's nothing there in this area here telling me that's what it was gonna do. So we have liquidity that formed here. This trend here went up and grabbed that and continued up. And remember, after it went up, touched this high level of liquidity, reached its peak, that's at 208.084-ish. We had a huge bearish bar. And once that huge engulfing bearish bar formed, our downtrend started. So from January all the way to July 11th, we had an uptrend. And when July 11th hit, we had the trend go down, retrace, go down, retrace. And like I said, when it's retracing, that's a good thing because that means that market structure is being formed. If you have something that just pushes down with none of the retracements, you can look for it to either rebound on you. I look at it like a rubber band. You can look at for it to either rebound on you, for it to shoot down and then shoot back up, because nothing's forming. So there's nothing that's saying, hey, there's a level of resistance if it does bounce back up that it's got to push through. So you have to know your structure in the market. You have to know what's happening there. It's like a doctor knowing their patient. You have to know physiologically what's going on with the patient in order to treat them correctly. So with the market, we have to be really, really familiar with the structure of it and how it moves. So if you're new into trading and you're trying to find your place, start with market structure. Start with candlesticks. There's a book called The Candlestick Bible, and it's really informative. It gives you a lot of things to look up so that you can understand how candles open, how they close, what the wicks mean, what certain candles that close and form like hammers, dojis, morning stars. I mean, there's all kinds of things that you need to know when the market is doing. Now, those one things alone does not mean that, oh, it's definitely going to happen. You have to put it together with your strategy. That's why it's really important that if you're trading and you get discouraged or something happens, you blow your account, it's really important that you continue to push forward, because that's going to give you what you need in order to get to where you need to be. So if you're really serious about trading, you have to love trading in order to stick with it. You can't just be in it for one thing. So with that being said, as far as the market on today, it's still showing to be a strong sell for me. It's trending below, still trending below my moving average on the daily, but let's drop down to the 4 hour. And I want to show y'all how I'm going to look at this trade. I'm gonna mark it here on the daily before I move. And let me change the color just so we don't get confused, because I'm always marking up stuff and I get confused with my own markups. That's why I don't like a whole lot of stuff on my chart. So With that being said, I have this level marked up here. It has a potential to reacting. And then I'll also mark up this strong level here, y'all. This is pretty strong. So if you notice, let me change the color on that. And those are the only two markups I'm gonna do on the daily time frame. Only because this is a strong area here. Look how many times this area has been hit. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it's coming down again. So this area on the daily time frame is really, really strong according to support. So you're never going to sell at this area. So just really pay close attention to the 178.214 area on the daily. But because this is a super high time frame, this is the daily. Let's drop down to the 4 hour. Y'all, look at the potential here. So we have the liquidity area here that we marked up. It could grab that and go back up. That's for sure. That's a thing. Or it could continue down. But look how many pips you have the potential of making. So these are the two areas of interest right now that it could go to. Even just from the liquidity area, because actually, let's drop down to 15 where we typically trade at. Look how far that area is on the 15-minute chart that I just drew up. Y'all, this is over, going all the way up into this area. That is over 600 pips. Tell me y'all can't make no money. And the trend is down. So listen, there is a high potential of making money on sales with GJ this week. Unless something crazy happens, that's what I'm gonna do. Pay close attention to whatever you're using. Use proper risk management, but I'm excited. I'm really excited. And I don't know, I was just looking at it the other day, but at the same time, we have some imbalances here. We have imbalances here. This huge area is a huge imbalance. I would say all the way from here to there. And then it's kind of covered that area right there. But there's a huge fair value gap right here that you want to pay close attention to. So this trend could go pick up liquidity when it opens. Because I notice a lot of times it'll kind of meet whatever the demands are for that pair early in the morning or when it opens. It'll grab that liquidity, shoot up, and you could still actually use it as a supply zone at the same time if you choose to, because it could hit that supply zone. And this is on the 15-minute chart. Remember, we're still in a downtrend. So look at the supply zone is still in a liquidity area. So if you're going to put your stop loss here, make sure it's above the supply zone so you don't get stopped out. So just be real wise with how this setup is going to kind of open and play out. And then whenever you're set up, if you are support and resistance, if you're a supply and demand trader, if you trade other things outside of that, and there's a demand zone here as well. But it's not really something that I would say high probability. I would just pay attention to that area. But yeah, as far as GJ, it has some really good potential for tomorrow. If it breaks this area on the 30-minute and keeps pushing down, make the decision to use whatever you use as far as, you know, getting in and getting out. But I am kind of convinced that this may continue down for a good little while, at least to these two important areas here. So that is my analysis on GJ for this coming week. I hope that everyone has a really, really good trading week. I am really excited. I can't ever say that you get comfortable in trading. You just know your pairs. And I hope all of you have an excellent trading week. And sorry about the rambling, but I'm just so excited. There's a lot of new things coming on the horizon, and hopefully y'all can grasp the concept. If y'all have any questions, comments, or concerns, drop a comment down below. Make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend. Subscribe to Currency Queen. And until next time, I'll talk to you soon. Peace.